In this video we're going to discuss Denodo. We have Denodo installed on this platform. Let's get in. The way it is installed is by modifying the startup script of Denodo. Let's have a look at the startup script. So this is the OPT Denodo bin folder. It contains the SecuPi startup script, and here we can see we've added a SecuPi ops, which includes the basic Java agent functionality as a Java overlay. This is basically something we've downloaded from the SecuPi management server for the application ID that you can see here, and this is pretty standard. All we had to do is to add this option here, as well as to the command start here. This is it. That's all the changes we had to do. Then we start the VQL server, and obviously the studio, the design studio, and other tools that we use with Denodo as well. On the SecuPi management side, we have a standard application. As you can see, this is the ID we've been using. On the integrate side, we need to have the Denodo module turned on. Okay. Once the Denodo module is turned on, you need to restart the server, and then the agent kicks into play. On the management side, you have to see that the agent is listening and updating, so there is communication to the agent, and basically this is it. All the rest of the configuration is just the same. Now, once the agent is deployed into Denodo, you can define views. You can use them inside SecuPi. The agent is not looking at the underlying connection, it's looking at the top connection. So it works on the object level of Denodo, basically on the view side. So let's have a look at an example. Here we have a Postgres database data source. Let's click on it and create a view. On the create base view, I have a public schema and a customer's clear table. That's in my Postgres database. I'm clicking on create selected, which will create a view in Denodo. I can do it from a query or just like that. So here we see the customer clear was added as a view, and let's just select data from that view. So this is a simple select statement from database admin, right? That's the schema or database that we're using. And we're simply executing this command. As you can see, SecuPi is already kicked in. Job, email, and name are masked, right, in motion. If I jump to the SecuPi management server, I can see there was a rewrite. We identified the user. We see the select, and there was a rewrite, which basically rewritten the query into a different query. This is two things kicking into play here. There is AutoGuard defined here, so obviously if I look at the resource access part of SecuPi, I can see the admin dot customers clear with all the columns that I'm interested in. I see that job, name, and email have a data format, hence they've been masked. Right? The policy at the moment is to mask everything for everybody. So this is the configuration I have, and this is what kicked into play. But I also have a dataset configuration for department table. Okay, so what's a department table? This is a table alias. So in the resource access, if I look for table aliases, I see that my table customer clear is indeed a department table, which means that it has department and right to be forgotten attributes. And if I go to the data set, I see the department and right to be forgotten attributes, and I have two constraints available on such tables. Which the first one is trying to match the department and the right to be forgotten together with an AND condition to the user attributes that I have. And the second one is also matching only the right to be forgotten to the user attributes that I have. So it means that the configuration is dynamic and is based on the user attributes that the user have at runtime. I've simulated this entitlement. I'm not using a UER here, so in that case, my attributes as a user would be department equals music and right to be forgotten equals true, or right to be forgotten equals false. So I have two sets of entitlements, right? Defined in my UAR, and this is why the query was rewritten in such a way to reflect my entitlement. So as you can see, right to be either right to be forgotten equals true and music, department equals music, or right to be forgotten equals false. Right, so this is the constraint that I added. And if we look at the data, we see that we have all the departments with either right to be forgotten true or false, but music will always have true. Right? If I see music, it will always be with true because this is the constraint that we've basically set up. This is running obviously as part of Denodo, which means that it is cache resilient. So if you're using querying Denodo and the data is cached, the result will still be processed by SecuPi. It also works for other services such as GraphQL, such as so it works also for OData, for GraphQL, and any service working on top of Denodo. So here we're doing a OData request to the data, and as you can see, the data is masked, right? So this is across the board. It applies to any service running on top of Denodo, as well as JDBC, ODBC connections from any tool that you have. This is it. Thank you very much.